Now, Wayne, we would like to present you with a few gifts. Our first presenter is Gary Bettman.
Wayne, on behalf of all your fans, we're not quite ready to take up your invitation of Friday and be happy and celebrate, because I think we're all sad that you're retiring. But I have two presentations I'd like to make to commemorate today. The first is of your 61 NHL records, which is a remarkable achievement. Some of them are seasons, some of them are career records, but a number of them were records set in particular games. And since we know you're such an aficionado and fan of the game and the history and the tradition and the statistics, we're going to give you the original score sheets of 30 of those games that'll be appropriately framed, and Janet can redecorate around them. The second presentation, which is particularly appropriate in this, the millennium year of 1999, is a little different. When you take off that sweater, your jersey, after today's game, you will be the last player in the NHL to ever wear 99. You have always been, and you will always be the great one, and there will never be another. On behalf of all of your fans, we miss you and we thank you.
Thank you, Gary. And now for our next presentation, Team Captain Brian Leach. Thank you very much, Wayne. On behalf of your teammates, I'd like to say how proud we are and honored to be a part of your career and present you with 75-inch high-definition TV. Thank you very much, Wayne. That's a high-def television, 75 inches. Congratulations, Wayne. And for our final presentation, the man who brought Wayne Gretzky to New York, Mr. Neil Smith.
Wayne, on behalf of the entire organization and John Muckler, all our great Ranger fans, we've got a card to bring out the most special person in your life, your dad, to make sure you always get back to Madison Square Garden. Dave Checkett will deliver your dad and your new car.
Mr. Dave Checkett and Walter Gretzky, Wayne's father. Wayne's with his mom and dad. They're great. There's the keys, Wayne. Ladies and gentlemen, he is quite simply the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Thank you. I love my car. I said the other night, I wanted this to be a celebration because I feel so lucky that I was able to play in the National Hockey League. I feel so fortunate to have played with some of the game's greatest players, play against guys
who I admire so much, people like Mario Lemieux, to play with great players like Brian Leach and Adam Graves and Jeff Okaboom, to my teammates, of course to play, as I said today, the best player I ever played with, Mark Messier. To be here with the best player I ever played against, Mario Lemieux. And of course, you're nothing without family, and I have great parents, great brothers and sisters, some great friendships that I've developed over the years, and of course, most importantly, my kids and my wife Janet, who I love dearly. I appreciate all the accolades. I thank Madison Square Garden and New York Rangers. And of course, as I said the other day, I tell people the greatest place to play as a professional athlete is right here in New York. To the Ranger fans, thank you. Thank you all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the start of an unforgettable afternoon here at Madison Square Garden. We hope you enjoyed today's pregame festivities that will continue throughout this afternoon as we celebrate the career of the great one, Wayne Gretzky. Let's have fun and enjoy the game. Thank you very much, New York. Oh? 1,200 fans at Madison Square Garden in New York this afternoon to watch the final game of Wayne Gretzky. Interesting that his father rode out in the car. The first car that Wayne ever won for being an All-Star Game MVP was given to his father Walter and his wife Phyllis. The second one, ironically, to Dave Semenko, his protector on left wing. But now comes this one. It has been tradition since 1946 that anthems be sung at hockey games. When the U.S. and Canada play as of 1987, it has been both anthems. Two U.S. teams are playing today, but in honor of Wayne Gretzky, both anthems will be sung. You please rise and join us for the singing of O Canada with Grammy Award-winning artist Bryan Adams.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy son's command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, a true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. We're gonna miss you, Wayne Gretzky. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner with John Amarante.
Penguins, and what manner of man is this, that "O Canada" and the Star-Spangled Banner have altered lyrics for him today?
You know, this isn't, Mike, only a celebration of Wayne's career as a New York Ranger coming to an end. It's a celebration of his career for what he's done for hockey. As he said, he played hockey for 35 years. Started at 3 years of age, and he's carried himself well since he started to right now, and this has been a fun day to this point. Now we have a game ahead of us.
We do indeed with the Pittsburgh Penguins, and history will record that today the goaltender for Pittsburgh will be Tom Barrasso, who will be trying to get his team into the playoffs against, they are definitely in, but they don't know their opponent yet. It'll be either New Jersey or it will be Ottawa.
Will Tom be the answer to a trivia question by the time this one's over? He's hoping not.
That would be who would give up the last goal, Wayne Gretzky.
Or is this?
Score, yes. Mike Richter has been the workhorse. 68 games out of the 82 for his team he has played. We should mention that this is a prestigious assignment, even though it may have been coincidental and made weeks ago for the officials. The referee is Bill McCreary. There you see him shaking hands with Wayne. Pat DeFuso and Jean Morin are the linesmen. John McLean and Nicholas Sundstrom will start as his line mates in the final game.
Number 34, Peter Popovich. Number 45, Mike Richter. And number 99,
And again, many of the fans stand here as Bob Gallerstein, the PA announcer, has again said the name Wayne Gretzky. This game begins the 82nd of the year for both the Rangers and Penguins. The Penguins will move on to the playoffs against either Ottawa or New Jersey. You'll notice the 99 behind the net. That's another alteration to league policy just for today, because that's the man's office. Mike Richter comes out to play this one away from Kip Miller. Tapped by Yager and sped off of the kneeling Leach wide of the goal. Flipped back on by McLean, and it's Wayne Gretzky with it. Gretzky moving ahead, tries to finesse a pass through, but that's brought back out and handed on to Jaromir Yager. Drops it back for Straka. Straka looking, breaks a shot, and getting a piece of it with Richter. Thrown back off by Sundstrom, and Gretzky takes. Lobbed on back to neutral ice, and to the bench he comes for a change in line. 54 seconds gone, first period.
Like Jaromir Yager was not scheduled to dress for this game, maybe just a game where he would sit out, rest, get ready for the playoffs. As soon as he heard it was going to be Gretzky's last ever. Hey, I'll play. I want to get back into the lineup, please.
Todd Harvey took the warm-up, even though he has been scratched for the last 26 games with a broken thumb. Mike Maniluk is in the lineup today. Peter Nedved took the warm-up as well. Jeff Bukaboo, of course, you saw out on the ice, and those three have been injured for a good stretch now. Puck thrown wide of Mike Richter. Along the boards, dealt back in deep by Matthew Barnaby. A rocking check by Chris Tamer. Tamer and ex-Penguins. The only major deal that the Penguins made this year was with the New York Rangers. This one knifed away from Savard.
And Mike Tamer was the only player to play in Mario Lemieux's last game for Pittsburgh and to play here with the Rangers, seeing Gretzky's last game. So he's been a part of history now twice.
Well, what stories he will have. Not only about his own career and the occasional roughness of it, but some of the games he played in. It is Stevens firing it back around, kept there for a toss by Andrusak, but it is taken instead by Ramon Ender. And Ender turned it back off into Langdon, then to Ender. Speaking of tough guys, we have a few out there right now. Manny Malhotra for the Rangers popped it on. Stepped into Alexei Kovalov. Kovalov trying to fight his way through, cannot do it. The Rangers start out with a 3-on-2. Malhotra feeds on the wing to Langdon. Langdon jammed one in on goal and scrambling, but hanging on is Tom Barrasso, and so play is done.
Mike, I got a call in my car this morning from Wayne Gretzky on the way to Madison Square Garden, and he asked me to do a favor, and I said, certainly I'd do anything he needs. He said, listen, when I announced the other day I was going to retire during the press conference, there's two people I forgot to thank. He said, could you do that for me? I said, I'd be very happy to. He said, well, one of them is Dan Kelly, former announcer, used to announce for the St. Louis Blues, a legend in St. Louis, who passed away due to cancer. The other side, he said, the other one is Tom Means, who was with ESPN play-by-play, of course, in a terrible accident, drowned, his family pool, and we'd just like to pass those words on to everyone that Wayne Gretzky forgot to mention the two names, so he didn't forget for long, and he asked us to mention that he said he wanted to say thank you to both of them. Thank you.
He called local sports broadcaster in Brantford, Arnold Anderson, the first person to conduct a radio interview with him when he was 10, to wish Anderson well as he battles cancer and to inform him of that decision that he made, even before he made the formal announcement. He thinks of everyone.
It's remarkable. It really is.
It is Yager. Yager peeling away. Gretzky is out with his customary line mates for this afternoon, and in prior games, John McClain and Nicholas Sundstrom shot right in on goal by Yager is held by Richter until play once again is stopped.
We should mention that for this game, Wayne Gretzky has approximately 40 sticks that he's going to give away to teammates, coaches, training staff, etc. after the game. He will wear 3, possibly 4 jerseys, one per period, and may have had one on in warm-up. So he's trying to think of everybody as his spectacular career winds down.
That's why from all around hockey, hearts pour out to someone who is not, let's say, materialistically minded. All athletes now that play Major League sports are comfortably compensated, but when it goes to the human value beyond this is where this man really shines. Little pass came ahead from Gretzky on to Sundstrom, and he lobbed it back in. Yuri Slager goes back, and it's chipped along now. Sundstrom flips behind. Wayne Gretzky could not get that one. Instead, it's dumped further back to neutral ice. 3:08 played, first period. No score in this contest between the Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. This one bounced away from John McClain, collared by Yuri Slager. Slager, who played against Gretzky in the Olympics last year in Nagano, Japan, as a member of the gold medal-winning Czech team. Play stop. We'll be back.
Henley, the big screen above center ice is Jerry Seinfeld. He was watching Gordie Howe on tape send a message to Wayne and his family regarding Wayne's future. Thank you to Gordie and his family, and kind of glad Jerry Seinfeld's here to watch.
He had some significant episodes of his program about hockey. Wasn't he wearing one of the letters of Devils one night?
Oh, there you go. One of the
You may recall that, and as a matter of fact, I believe it was here,
Yeah.
which shows lots of courage. Back on now, Savard working it across, and then Savard trying to break through. Puck came across. Curling around his canoe ball, hands it onto the back. It is Tamer. Shovels one, and stop made by Barrasso. Flipped along by Matthew Schneider. Savard left it behind, and the Penguins try to control, can't do it yet. Stolen by Canoe, and a rising shot got the glass. Warenka, Rangers outman. It's turned on back to Tamer. Wrist shot is blocked down. Barnaby up with it. Barnaby flips, and so it glanced off the center ice glass and came on back for Tamer. 4:10 gone. First period, we have no score in the game. And play is stopped. Let's check in downstairs with our colleague Sam Rosen.
Thanks, Mike, and I'm here with the man who first coached and was the general manager for Wayne Gretzky with the Edmonton Oilers, Glenn Sather. Glenn, give me your greatest memory of Wayne.
I think the greatest memory was the first day I met him when I realized that he was going to be some kind of a player in the NHL. I didn't, of course, none of us knew he was going to be as great as he is, but I think just seeing him score the goal from behind the net was an indication this guy had something special that nobody else had.
But it was more than that. You know, he credits you with helping him become a man in the league. You tell me what you try to impart on him that he listened to.
I think it's flattering when he says that Wayne has been a great guy, a great inspiration in my life for the Edmonton Oilers, for the city of Edmonton, and for the National Hockey League. For anyone that's touched him realizes that he has a special gift, and we're all very lucky to be around him. And it's unfortunate that he's leaving, but he's leaving on his own terms.
Thanks, Glenn. Back to you, Doc.
Okay, thanks very much. At 5, he played on a team of 10-year-olds. At 10, he scored 378 goals in a 69-game season. Then he went on to Indianapolis, and at 17, he was playing the WHA, living in Carmel, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis, and he attended Broad Ripple High School, known also for producing an alumnus named David Letterman. That was before. Puck popped into the seats.
We should, as we mentioned, the Devils a moment ago announced that you do their games on a regular basis, and congratulations to them. First place in the conference before we head into the playoffs. They've had a great season, haven't they?
They did indeed. They established a new NHL record last night for road wins in the season, passing a couple of Scotty Bowman teams, though they had one more game on their schedule than the Montreal Canadiens of the late 70s that authored the same number of wins twice. 28 road wins.
A quiet beginning to this game, shots to a tee. And the physical end of it hasn't really happened just yet, even though there's one of those guys, Darren Langdon, on the ice right now.
I think that's customary when there are ceremonies, and particularly this one. There were rows upon rows of people who went down to watch the warm-up today. Now, normally there are a lot here that are allowed down for the warm-up until it is concluded, and then they go to their seats. But there were even more, and I think the thing I noticed most was it was not the usual boisterous, raucous crowd. It would be unfair to say it was somber, but it would be fair to say it was meaningfully silent. Maybe out of respect, maybe out of awe, maybe out of shock. Centering pass now and turning with it. Working around behind is Alexei Morozov. Trying to put one in front, blocked off by Richter. And they scrap the possession, and it's Robert Lang turning it on the outside. Fed to the front, but unable to get to that was the helmetless now, Alexei Kovalov. Morozov chased to neutralize, and it can be brought right back. A vice by Langdon.
You see Gretzky skate over and give Kovalov a hug over at the Pittsburgh bench. They were teammates. Kovalov said he learned a lot from Wayne Gretzky watching him practice. How he practiced, how he passed the puck, what he would do with it.
Tripped up that time, Kovalov. Meanwhile, the puck jammed into the defenseman Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher for the Penguins. Big guy out of Detroit, Michigan, able to step away and play it ahead. And this one chipped back in. Peter Popovich back to play it. Boy, are we glad to see him playing. Those of you who have watched our Fox games on a regular basis know he took a Steve Yzerman shot around the eye, but has recovered very well from that. Jammed by Gretzky on a cross, and it is done from in front. Oh, and John McClain with a wonderful opportunity, and that one chopped off the pad. Up Barrasso, out in front again. Another try for John McClain. Loose puck popped around the boards, and hustling to it is Sundstrom. Able to get it. Feeds it to Gretzky back behind. Gretzky looking to the front. Trickled one that went off the defense. Hatcher drove it back around, and it's collared by McClain. McClain stepped into, gave it to Gretzky. Looks to the front. McClain moves in there. Gretzky still looking.
Oh, baby.
Trickled one, and a pinching defenseman unable to grab it. That was Leach. Rolled back around behind again. Gretzky, what'll he do? Looks to the front. Pass for McClain. Jammed it across. Sundstrom with it. Shot knocked down, and hanging on is Barrasso. Oh, my. Almost his first point. Ricochet, Ender, able to play it ahead. Lang run into. Trying to step ahead is Kevin Stevens, but help came from Bobby Dallas, and then it's bounced on back. Kevin Hatcher with that on defense, turned it back out to Morozov. And Gretzky is back on. Stepping ahead with this now is Brian Leach. Leach moves in. Leach spins. Gretzky shoots, and it went off his skate. Thrown by Leach, and then collared by John McClain. McClain threw it around behind, but instead it's Hatcher. Hatcher lost. Gretzky battling with Hatcher for it. Chip loose to the corner, and it's Martin Straka for Pittsburgh. Turned back up the boards and thrown to the front by Popovich and kicked out by Barrasso. Now it's McClain dealing it to Gretzky. To McClain, and the shot deflected wide by the defense. Back around it came for Leach. Flipped one that caromed across, and it started back out for Kovalov. Alexei Kovalov turned it back on. John McClain moves back in. Got it to Gretzky. Gretzky looking. Hands over to Popovich. Peter Popovich cruising around behind. Popovich chased off by Yuri Slager, gets it back to the point. Shoveled back on by Leach, collared there and thrown by Sundstrom behind. Gretzky flipped one in front just away from McClain, and it's steered back out again to neutral ice.
Rangers are trying to beat Gretzky behind the net a lot. Kevin Hatcher's been against him almost every shift, and he's reading it.
Oh, what a wonderful setup, and Kip Miller is denied by Richter. Back on now comes Savard. Mark Savard kicks it to the corner. Graves trying to get to it, but can't do it just yet. Under 9 minutes to play first period. It's given away to Savard. Tried to tuck one in front, but that one knocked away. Thrown to the front again, and a save made by Barrasso. Kept for another shot, and that one deflected up to the glass as Savard had the third Ranger try of this flurry. Brought back ahead now by Jaromir Jagr. Art Ross Trophy winner for the third time this year for the scoring championship. Jagr fed to the front. Shot knocked down by Richter.
Bob. He's starting to go now. This is his best shift in this first period. Whoa!
Turned back over for a chance, and it's blocked loose by Barrasso. Fed behind now to Kevin Stevens, turned around to Darren Langdon. Langdon dropped it back on for Stevens, stepped into by Tyler Wright. They work the boards, and Malhotra jams it behind. The rookie put it to the corner. Yager up with it there. Cleared, but it's kept alive by Leach. Good Rangers pressure, 11 shots to 4 in favor of New York here in the first. No score in the game. Langdon stood up. The first penalty of the game is coming. Taking it as Stevens, centered one. Malhotra tries, and then the Penguins are able to touch, and so the call will be made. First power play of the game. It will come to the Rangers. I'd put Wayne on it, wouldn't you? Well, he is on the power play. Yager interference at 12-11.
Rangers power plays been solid all season long, ranked #1 or #2, and a lot of that certainly has to do with Wayne Gretzky and also Brian Leach on the left point.
He's got it now with Schneider, gives to him, it's handed back over and steam back in for Sundstrom, then back to Gretzky again. Threw one across the net mouth, came back over for Leach. Leach put it around to Gretzky, flicked off his stick, and it's Alexei Kovalov who can bring it back out for Pittsburgh. A 90-footer deflected wide. Brian Leach checked off. Up with it now is Morozov. Morozov for the short-handed Penguins. Dribbled one further. Hustling for it is Sundstrom. Wawrinka jammed it off his skates. It's brought back in for Wawrinka to jam back around. It is Madison Square Garden, New York. Wayne Gretzky's final game. No score in the contest. 11 shots to 5. We welcome those of you who have been watching baseball. It is Matthew Schneider bringing it back ahead. He is out with Leach. The power play is on for the New York Rangers, and Wayne Gretzky is out there. Flip back away from him by Slager. Controlled by the Penguins, an outlet pass to Tyler Wright with Leach back. Wright slams one, and it's fought off by Richter in goal. Shifting from defense to offense, the Rangers again. John McClain able to motor through, then it's fought off by the defensive Hatcher. Jammed around, though, by Wright. Locking up Ian Moran. Picked off, though, and controlled by the defensive Slager. Fed it back out, and Tyler Wright decides the better of chasing it down. And so again, it'll be the Rangers to take with 35 seconds remaining on the penalty.
Rangers can't seem to get to the middle of the ice in front of Barrasso. Everything to the outside. That's the Penguin style defensively. Keep the good ice to the outside.
Big shot by Brennan, knocked down. Scramble for it. Reaching for it is Graves. Spun back down the ice, though. And so it'll be Richter to take. To the last 13. And down to 6 minutes to go in the first. Those of you just joining us, there was one wonderful flurry in Gretzky behind the net, just feeding everyone who was out there wearing a blue shirt, and there were some tremendous chances which came from it. That really electrified the crowd, which has been sort of a mixture of respect and awe and the somberness here today, but also anticipation of wanting to see something happen that will even add more luster to the memory that they're going to have today.